You join me as we're heading off into Matlock Bath. We've been staying at a caravan and motorhome rally about 30 minutes away, and we've decided we're going to go up to the peaks and do a 2-peak ride. But the way we tend to end up, it changes constantly. Lee says he wants a coffee in Matlock, so this is where we're going to stop. But in reality, I know he wants chips. There's only chip shops in Matlock. So once he's had his chips, we're going to head off, and when you see the roads we end up on, they're not even roads. They're for non-motorised vehicles. We had no clue what these roads were going to offer us. How bad they were, or how good they were. Turns out they were pretty bad, and I would say the hardest that we've done so far, especially me. So it starts off okay, not too bad. Just looks a bit rough. Gravel and potholes. Gotta say though, the scenery as you're doing this ride is amazing. If you can actually stop and have a look at it. I was concentrating too much on doing the road or track to take it in at the time. And in fairness, this part of the road, you can see, ain't bad. It gets worse. It was actually a really beautiful day to be riding. The weather was perfect. But it had to end in disaster. It always does for me when I'm doing these sorts of roads. I keep saying roads and I know it's a track. You can see some of these ruts were deep. And we're doing our best to avoid them. Ride round them wherever possible. Along come some people on motocrossers. Well, in fact, it was 2 men and 1 woman. And they come round, overtook us. So Lee decided we was going to follow. He says they'll know where to go, what the track's Sam. Let's go have a look. And to be fair, I made it through that track. I was really chuffed with myself. No problems whatsoever. I might not have been as fast as the others, but I made it through. So this is where we follow. We've got no idea where they're going really. But, well, they'll be going somewhere. Followed them through some beautiful countryside. So when they turn off, we follow. I said to Lee on the intercoms, I bet them going for coffee. He says, well, I could do with a coffee anyway. In fairness, I was thirsty. Really took it out of me, that track did. But they didn't stop for coffee and we didn't realise where we were going. Another non-motorised track, road, lane. And it started well. Bear in mind I'm on my Africa Twin and it's heavy. Obviously when you're going along it's not as heavy, is it? But it is a heavy bike, there's no getting away from it. I did enjoy this though. Navigating the ruts, the big holes, the gravel. Wouldn't believe how tired I was by the time we got to the end. And here's where it all went wrong. So Lee's had to stop and he's now going to have to reverse, because bear in mind, I'm following. And yeah, here I am. Bike's over. I could not get it up on my own. So I'm just standing there looking at it like, Lee, do something, help me. I really couldn't lift it. Look at me. I look so sad. And I'm actually exhausted from trying to lift it 2 or 3 times. Here I go, have a moan. I was saying I don't know what happened. I'd actually put it on gravel halfway up the hill because I'd forgot to put it on gravel. And, well, I don't know what happened. I do realise later on what happened, like, very shortly. Because I'm off again. Let's go up the hill. Bang, I'm off. Lee can't believe what's going on. You don't want to know what he was saying in my ear. Or not saying, actually. Because you'll see him stop here, because I'm lying on the floor not moving. I think he had one of them moments like, am I actually going to go up to her or not? Do you think he was going to just leave me lay there? I was lay there because my airbag had gone off. And when they go off, you literally can't stand up. Oh, God. So now I have a temper tantrum. I'm never riding again. I don't want to ride this bike. It's stupid. I give up. I really am happy. I think I was about 2 seconds away from kicking the bike, and it weren't the bike. Well, it actually turned out it was the bike. Or a combination. Driver error, rider error I should say, and a problem with the throttle. So my grip is slipping, and this is where I'm moaning. I've realised it's slipping. So, as I'd been clinging on for dear life, I'd twisted the grip. So when I went to give it what I would say is my normal throttle, I was going really slow. Went to give it a bit, and it gave it a bit of an handful, and off I popped. I had to leave right up the hill on my bike because I wanted to give up. He's come back to me now to get his own bike and deflate my airbag. But obviously, when I get back on the bike and I got no airbag, I'm nervous again. Because believe me, that airbag is brill. I couldn't move. It supported my neck, my back. The mistake I made, I had actually got my bum bag on. So when it went off, my bum bag dug in my back. So lesson learned, no more bum bag. It's a bit worse because when Lee gets to me, where he's parked it, I have not even got the strength to push the bike up onto two wheels off the stand. So Lee has to come up the side of me and push me up so I can actually get moving again. Trying to lift that bike wiped me. God, I sound so unfit. But anyway, off we go again. And I'm really taking my time this time. And I really don't want to catch up with no motocrossers, because I don't want to have to follow them up another lane. I'm still sulking. I actually wanted to cry. This means Lee's got to keep waiting for me to make sure I'm okay. And I know what you're thinking. Perhaps he should ride behind me. But I don't actually like him ride behind me, because I feel like he judges me too much. But I'm ready to the end of this track. And I did build my confidence back up the more the track went on. And in fairness, the track got easier. I don't mind a bit of gravel. I feel quite confident on it. Gravel, slippy stuff. I ain't really that worried. But eventually, look, we're back on a normal road. And at this stage, I'm saying to Lee, I want to go back. I've had enough. I've got to say though, Lee was tired as well. It had took it out of him as well. We both needed a drink. So we head off to Bakewell. Didn't realise we was in Bakewell until I uploaded a video. And the location said Bakewell. Because we'd come in such a funny way. And yet it's one of my favourite places, but we were just on the outskirts. So we did some nice little B roads. All the way there. The type of roads where you can ride without too much thinking and actually enjoy what's round you. Having a coffee. We're sitting here having a coffee after I've come off my bike. Lee thinks it's hilarious. Tell me what I did wrong then, Lee. I'm on a bike that's broke. So the accelerator, rubber, whatever it is, keeps twisting. So we're doing off-road with motocross people, and obviously I've twisted it. So then I've turned the accelerator, blip, off. Got back on after Lee's moaned at me, blip, back off. Airbag's gone off. I'm lying on the floor and can't get up, and Lee thinks it's hilarious. Come on, Lee, talk to the phone.
You need to buy some stabilisers.